Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Jill Schwartz from ZO Scientifics, and I'm delighted to be here again with Dr. Kevin Aister from Peak Vitality. Hi, Dr. Aister. How are you?
Hi, Jill. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well also. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you. So we're just continuing our patient education series where Dr. Aister is taking a topic each month, and he's really just educating his patients. So we're really privileged to have you take this time out of your busy day. And I think today you said you're going to focus on joint and muscle health and the effects, aging effects, and we're going to speak specifically, I think, to exosomes. But thank you so much again for doing this for your patients and for everyone really to learn more.
Well, I appreciate you being here, and I love doing this. This is really a fun thing to do to help educate patients about what's going on.
Yeah, it really is a wonderful thing that you're doing here. So let's just start talking. I'll let you take it away. Kind of go through exosomes and what you're doing here at Peak Vitality.
Yeah, and we talked about this in the last series, what are exosomes? So I'm just going to use this to kind of refresh everybody's memory. But please remember that this is the new frontier in medicine. And not only in medicine, but it leads the field in regenerative medicine, in my opinion. So exosomes, though, are just extracellular vesicles that facilitate intracellular communication. So I'll get into a little more detail, but they are very actively produced by healthy cells to specifically help damaged cells. And in doing so, they repair tissues, they reduce inflammation, and they support cellular regeneration. And that is the basis of their success.
Right. Okay.
So
Go
what are
ahead.
the benefits? What are the benefits? And specifically, this is a very powerful therapy for people who have joint and muscle health injuries or tendon injuries. Osteoarthritis is a big one in the world. Obviously, most of us suffer from osteoarthritis as we age. What is that? That is simply developing irregularities and uneven joint surfaces in the joint so that when the joint moves, it's very irregular and causes a lot of pain. Well, how does the exosome help with this? Well, number one, it starts by reducing the inflammation, but it does promote actual tissue repair, especially in the cartilage. And in doing so, it relieves pain. And it's a very effective tool when you put it in a joint, whether it's a major joint like a knee joint or a shoulder joint, or even in some of the minor joints, in the fingers or even in the toes. It works the same way. It reduces inflammation, repairs the joint structure, and thus relieves pain. The muscle and tendons are very similar. Look, there's a lot of people out here where I live that are golfers and pickleball players and tennis players, and they love, playing the game, but they are actively injuring muscles and tendons. And this specifically will accelerate and strengthen damaged tissues and minimize your recovery time. So again, it repairs tendons, it repairs muscles, and gets you back to that elevated mobility lifestyle that you're living, and keeps you healthy in so many ways because you're now able to enjoy life through your physical activities.
And I think what's also, if I can add to that, it's these baby boomers, Gen Xers, we are, and the type of patients that you see and treat, Dr. Aister, is, we're actively preventing disease. We care about our health. But the things like tendon injuries and muscle and osteoarthritis and different muscle injuries, this is inherent. This isn't a part of health. This is happening to us as we're staying active. So having this non-surgical option, I know just for myself, has been life-changing. So I think this is what really everyone's eyes and ears need to be attentive to, that this isn't, we're optimally healthy because we're seeing you with our hormone balancing and all the other things, the supplements and the good nutrition. To be able to physically, to not be limited physically with this inflammation issues is huge for all of us.
You're absolutely correct. And I'll just add a little something to that, saying, when you're physically active and healthy, you are mentally and emotionally engaged. And that makes life that much more full and exciting.
Right.
So it works in all levels. So,
Yeah. Thank you.
so now we move on to, and this is really an exciting area for me. Using exosomes for optimal aging and longevity. And, there's a lot of people out there that not only want optimal aging and longevity, but want the lifestyle that goes along with that. And exosomes are key in a number of different areas when we give them systemically to the body. They rejuvenate your skin. They stimulate collagen production, reducing your wrinkles. Even if you don't have a muscle injury, it improves your muscle tone and strength because it's repairing at a cellular level, and it keeps you agile and pain-free. Again, keeping you active supports that active engagement in lifestyle, which makes you better mentally and physically. That brings me to this point, which many people don't realize how powerfully this exosomes can protect and rejuvenate your brain for sharper thinking and better memory. And so it is hugely powerful neuro regenerator. And when you put all these things together, you're elevating your energy levels and your overall wellness. And that facilitates, it just makes you want to be more active. It makes you want to have that fulfilling lifestyle and engage in your activities with your family members, with your loved ones, and enjoy your time in life.
Right. Exactly. In fact, the question is, why wouldn't you want to do this? So, I mean, that moves us on to kind of the safety issues. What type? There's all kinds of exosomes. You've talked about it before, but just drill down what you're doing at Peak Vitality and why the whole safety of it is key.
Absolutely. Autologous exosomes is really the key therapy for me. Autologous simply means it comes from you, it's produced by you, and it comes from you. And that's the advantage of this. So let me take a minute, though, and just say that, as I see patients, they tell me that health becomes such a priority as we age. Well, I take that a step further. Health plays a crucial role in every stage of life. And these autologous exosomes, better known as PPX, play an important role. How's that so? Look, every one of the trillion of cells that make up your body is constantly striving for balance or health. The term we use is homeostasis. This is your body's ongoing and continual quest for health, and PPX is your body's way of supporting that quest. So what is PPX? PPX is a naturally produced extracellular vesicle or nanoparticle produced by your healthy cells to target and regenerate your damaged cells in a remarkably powerful and efficient way. PPX comes from your own body, is used by your own body, and addresses your specific conditions. It works synergistically with your body's processes because it comes from your body. It hones in on areas that need specific healing. It calms inflammation to help aid in that recovery and regeneration of that tissue. And guess what? It's effective for a wide range of diseases and conditions. So it is truly at the forefront of regenerative medicine and offering people really a natural and transformative way to restore and maintain their health.
Yeah, it's so exciting. It's such this next generation. You talked about it before, how it's this next generation PRP. And I know you don't necessarily have a lot of time to get into that, but this truly is something that is beyond what was available before, and a tool that you're gonna that is really just taking us into this next frontier, as you said. So tell us how it works, just simply, if you'll tell your patients how easy it is to get this procedure done at your office.
The process, once you've made the decision to purchase or to undergo the therapy, it's very simple. A straightforward blood draw in the office, and the blood is sent overnight to a FDA certified CGAMP manufacturing laboratory. And it is treated or examined and for both contaminants as well as infectious agents. But this is really a meticulous process, though. I call it my NASA process, where the plasma is, separated, filtered, and then it's processed in a high-speed centrifuge to concentrate billions of exosomes into a signature therapeutic solution. And that's really the key, the concentration of these exosomes in your own personal solution. In a week, little over a week, we get the vials back, and then we can begin your personalized treatment. So it's very, very simple and very straightforward.
Yeah. And very safe.
Oh, extremely safe. It comes from you. It comes from you. It's going to go back into you. And in addition, we're culturing for microorganisms. So we're looking for things that potentially could harm you. And it goes through a very rigid quality control process. And there's really no known risk for infection with this therapy.
Yeah, and what your patients really need to know too, that this is when we talked about next generation. This isn't something that can be done in Dr. Aister's office. This is when it gets sent back to the lab. I mean, it's such an amazing and involved, comprehensive process. You know, the centrifugation, the sequential series. This is the first of its kind, by the way. This isn't offered anywhere else. So, Dr. Aister, your office is very, one of the pioneers really in offering this. But this is something you can't get anywhere else. The power of this is beyond a real true understanding until you get this dose, this therapeutic dose that they're able to produce in a lab, So it's very, very fascinating.
Absolutely. And I thank you for pointing that out, that it has to go through this laboratory process, and it is an engaged process that takes a little while, but the material comes back to me, and then we, put it into you in a likewise fashion over time. So very, very, very powerful, very exciting to be offering this. We're specifically using it for joint health and muscle recovery and tendon injuries. And these can be limitations due to not only aging, but just activity levels. So it's ideal for anybody who is seeking to optimize their performance and vitality. And I'd like to leave you with one concept here that I think is really important. And I ask this to this question to my patients. Do you want to live in a world that accepts you will die a slow death, or choose to live a full life naturally? Well, at Peak, I empower you to take control of your health and your well-being with these cutting-edge therapies like PPX. It will help you not only survive, but to thrive. And that is the key. We want you thriving. We want you engaged. We want you to be empowered in your health journey. And that's what I seek to give you here at Peak Health.
Yeah, your patients are very lucky that you're on this cutting edge. So tell them how can they get started with learning about whether this is optimal for them, and at your website and your phone number.
Yeah, absolutely. Simply, you can go on the website at peakvitalityaz.com. There are some there, a way to notify me that I will contact you, or you can simply call us for a consultation at 480-550-6640. Be happy to answer any questions over the phone and talk to you personally.
Thank you so much, Dr. Aister. And let me just tell your patients to stay tuned into this, because we're going to meet every month where you're going to do this education series to keep them, to keep your patients and just the community as a whole informed of all the exciting things that are happening at not just Peak Vitality, but in medicine. So thank you again for taking the time out of your day to do this.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. And I wish everybody a great holiday season.
Thank you, Dr. Aister.
Take care, Joe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.